Man, I love college.
Do I really have to graduate, or can I just stay here for the rest of my life?
Keno Radio.
Yeah, a lightning bolt strikes in the air. Yeah, finally it's here. Y'all are the judge. The day of judgment finally is there. In your eye I see a tear, and it's reminding me of fear. Rap's been dead for so long, so stop denying what you feel. Payback for the fact that y'all ain't trying to keep it real. Grim Reaper that we call revenge is right beside you in your ear. He's saying your time expired, time is finally due, it's clear. Not sober mind, it's weak mind, and he's buying you a beer.
Keno Radio. Before we get into anything, this episode of Keno Radio is brought to you by Bay State Tent and Party. It's almost June. It's actually, today is Friday the 27th, I believe. Happy Memorial Day weekend, everybody. The inaugural start to summer. But like I said, grad season is right upon us. June is right around the corner. So that means you need to buy some tents. Tents are huge in June. It's the booming season. And there's no place better to get your tents in the Bay State than Bay State Tent and Party. I'm just giving them a promo because I work there. So call up Bay State Tent and Party. Hit us up online, baystatetent.com, or hit us up on the phone, 978-851-2002. Ask for Kyle because I am the best tent installer in the Bay State. I'd have to say this. I'm going on my third year now. So hit us up. Grab a tent. You're having a party. You're having a graduation party, a wedding, a 4th of July party, anything this summer. Hit us up. Ask for your boy, and you will get hooked up with the biggest and baddest tent in the Bay State. All right, so as you can see, Keno Radio, like I said, it is just your boy today right now. I am rolling solo Jimmy for this one. This is the first time ever, so bear with me. I don't know how this is going to go, but I figured, you know what? It's been a long 2-3 weeks now since I graduated. I need to get back on the mic. I was itching for it. So here I am. I'm outside. Sorry for me being so white. I haven't really been outside very much. Haven't taken my shirt off, unlike me, I know. But here we are. We're in my backyard, and we're attempting to do the first ever solo Jimmy Keno Radio episode. So I'm a little excited. I'm going to be sweating a lot. It is extremely hot right now. It's about 85 degrees and sunny. I figured I'd try to get a tan instead of do this inside. Kill 2 birds, 1 stone. You know how I am. Very efficient. So I'm just kind of, first off, I'm going to let you know what's going on for the rest of time for Keno Radio. Obviously, me and Andy are not together anymore. We did not break up. It is still happily friended together. I actually hit him up, but he had to work. Obviously, it's Friday at noon. So for the meantime, if I can't get Andy around, I'm going to try to do these solo like I'm doing right now. So they could be bad. They could be good. Who knows? Maybe you guys don't like Andy and you like me better. Maybe you don't like me and you like Andy better, so you're going to be totally turned off. I don't really know. So bear with us as we make this transition. But like I was saying, obviously, we are not together anymore. He is in Quincy. I am in Andover for the summer at least. So I'm just rolling solo. But because of that, I don't really have a guy to banter with. I don't really have someone to feed ideas off of. So I now have to make lists. I'm not really a list guy. If you've been reading a long time, you know that Keno Radio is all about off the cuff. But I have some segments, some topics to talk about to make it a little better this time. Run a little more smoothly so I don't forget things and I don't have people to bounce off of. So I think that'll be good. So how this is going to go, always we're going to start off with the intro, and then I'm thinking something like a top 5. I'm going to try to do these every week. We'll see how that goes. I mean, weekly's tough. Like I said, I've been working a lot. Everyone's working, so they're kind of tough to go. The goal is to keep going every week. And so the first little part is going to be a top 5 of the week, kind of recap everything that's been going on for the last week or so. A week to 2 weeks, 10 days, somewhere in between that. Any big things, sporting news. I don't know. There's the big political stuff's heating up. We'll never talk about that because I don't really care. Pop culture will be huge. And anything like that. Challenge will be weekly. Until the challenge is over, that'll definitely be in the top 5 every week. But kind of just what's going on. The little scuttlebutt of my life. I'll have things that just I think about every now and then that I want to share with you guys. That'll be in the top 5, but it'll usually be some pop culture stuff, some sports, some challenge, and then kind of what's ever going on in my life. So that'll be the weekly top 5, which I'm excited about. After that, I want to get some interviews going. I don't really know right now. I am currently in the works of getting some people on. So it's the very early stage. I have a couple people I have in mind that I'd like to get on the show. We'll see how that goes. It's tough. I don't know anybody. I have legit zero connections. So if you know someone, if you listen and you know someone that would like to come on, or if you would like to come on, I love strangers. I'm literally already sweating down my face. So I apologize. Again, I apologize for my screaming white body. It's also kind of the light. I have the sun directly on me. So it's not as bad as it looks, but it's pretty bad. And the sweat. So just bear with me. We're warriors over here at Keno Radio. We don't take no for an answer. We're grinding away. And snow, sleet, sun, any other weather, climatic stuff, we're going to persevere right through it. I'm literally sliding around. I also just noticed I have a couple chest hairs popping in. Looks like I'm finally hitting puberty at the ripe age of 22, so that's good. Where was I? What was I talking about before? Oh, yeah, so we'd like to get some interviews. I have a couple people that I've asked people for numbers, stuff like that. But yeah, if you listen, you want to come on and talk anything, do it. Let's do it. I'm so in for anybody. Or if you know someone cool, or if you want me to hit up someone cool, let me know. I know no one really even is interacting at all, but it's all good. We'll get there. So interviews will be cool, and then at the end, kind of wrap it up with some segments, just some things, some kind of fun games or so that, if you will, to wrap up the episode with. So. Without further ado, let's hop right into the first ever solo Jimmy Keno Radio top 5, weekly top 5. So obviously this is the first one since graduation. It's been a tough transition. It hasn't been easy. I have a lot of times at work or at home where I'll just be sitting there and I'll really realize that it's over. That I'll never be on the floral couch from Goodwill ever again. That I think the kid below us actually peed on. So it's probably good that I'll never be on that. But I love that couch. It was the best napping couch of all time. If you've ever been to Keno, Main Street, it was the best napping couch of all time. The big black chair, living with Spike and the Spears. It was tough. It's been a tough transition. Thrown right into it. I've been working a lot. I mean, you just get thrown right in the fire post-grad life. It's tough. I think this is my 3rd day off in total since I graduated, and the other 2 I spent moving out of Amherst, so it wasn't much of a day off. So today, like I was saying, I had to get on the mic because it's it's my favorite thing to do. And but yeah, so every time to time again, is that the phrase? I get sad. It's tough. It is. It's not as exciting and glamorous as you thought. I mean, college is great. We went over this in the last episode, but I can't say it enough. College is awesome. So if you're in there, cherish it, man. Because the first couple of weeks, it's shocking. It really is. It's very weird. I mean, just knowing that you're never gonna go back to the place again that you spent for so long and hang out with those people. You hang out with those people for so long. All the time you get dinner with the same people. So it is very weird, but life moves on. So I gotta sack up and get going. But going off that, I had a couple questions that I need to ask. If anyone is listening and you can help me answer. I got some questions. First thing on the notepad that I need answered as a post grad. First one: can I still watch Van Wilder? Van Wilder, as documented, is the greatest movie of all time. That's not just my opinion. That's actually, I think, Rotten Tomatoes' opinion too. It's the best, but obviously it's the best. It's a huge college movie, and I was a sucker for all those college movies, all the American Pies. Animal House, most overrated movie of all time. Not even that good. Pretty good, but not that good. But Van Wilder, yeah, it's the GOAT. It's the GOAT. He's my boy, favorite character of all time. So I need to know: am I still allowed to watch it? / is it still allowed to be my favorite movie of all time? Because if not, I got to find a new one. I got a couple up in the holster. Hall Pass, I Love You Man, any rom-com pretty much. I'm in for those, but Van Wilder's number one, so you got to know if I'm still allowed to consider that the greatest movie of all time. No brainer. Am I still allowed to listen to I Love College? This one's tough. I think I'm still allowed to listen to it. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to enjoy it and party as much to it as once before. But this is tricky because Asher Roth who sings I Love College, if you didn't know, was out of college, I believe, when he did the song. Sammy Adams, however, he was in college. That's how he kind of boosted. So that's cool. But if Ash Roth, my boy A. Roth, can write the song after college, I think I should be able to listen to it after college. It's still going to remain our intro song because, like I said in the last one, I don't really know how to change that. No, I do know how to change it, but I don't really want to, and I like it, and I'm proud of it. Worked really hard for 15 minutes on that. The big one, the Make College Great Again hat. Am I allowed to still wear that? What I've done with that after college wrapped up, I put a little box together for Captain Fun Jr. Hopefully when he gets sent off, I put a little box of all the great college things that I considered kind of over with college that I couldn't really wear again, like the 2-word shirts and stuff like that. So I put the Make College Great Again hat in there. As much as I loved it, I think it's past its time. You know, I'm out of college. I think I already did my part to make college great again. So I'm hoping I left an imprint and passed it on to someone else. And down the road, hopefully Captain Fun Jr. at UMass will be wearing it. Big question I've been talking about a lot, Busch Lights. Are we allowed to drink those? Do I have to go straight to Bud Lights now? I don't really have a problem with that. It's just more expensive, and I still have the income of a college kid. But am I still allowed to drink Busch Lights? I think in certain settings you'd be allowed to. I think when I go to NASCAR in July and September, I'll be able to do it. Speaking of which, I am actually today after this, I am working on getting media credentials for the NASCAR race in Loudon. I'm going to call them up, hopefully get there, get a camera and a mic, kind of get down in the pit and interview some of the drivers, do kind of guy on the street type thing. Hopefully either do that for the July race or the September race. The July race, I was looking forward to it so much, but Luke Bryan's coming to Gillette on that Friday, Saturday, and I wanted to go Friday and do the race Saturday, Sunday, but everyone else wanted to do Saturday, so poor old Kyle here got ousted. So I'm only going to the Sunday race in July, but September I'll be there both days. So I'm working on getting some media credentials for that. That would be awesome. That is definitely in the works right now. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, Busch Lights. I don't know, because I kind of was getting weird looks even at college drinking those when I became a senior. Not weird looks. I remember I was at a party and some freshman chick, I was drinking Natty Lights, and some chick was like, "Why are you drinking those?" And she was drinking like Miller or Coors or something. I was like, "Who are you? Like, you're not even allowed to be drinking those. You're like 14." So, dumb. Not really 14. However old college kids are, 18, 19, whatever old freshmen are. But Busch Lights is still. I'll probably still drink them. Like I said, on occasions, NASCAR, other Hick events. Anytime I'm up in Maine or down past the Mason-Dixon. Huge one for me right here is Luke Bryan Spring Break albums. I actually was thinking this after I was leaving Daytona. Are we still allowed to listen to those? Because those are his greatest songs. I think those are better than his studio albums, to be completely honest. They're the best summer songs, the best beach songs, drinking songs, anything like that. They're so fun, they're catchy, they're awesome. And is it kind of weird if I still love... It's kind of like the I Love College. Is it still weird if my favorite songs are spring break songs? Because they're all about college, like Sorority Girl and Loving a College Town. All songs like that. I mean, Spring Break Up, Spring Break Down. That's clever, Luke. So, yeah, am I allowed to listen to those? I'm not really sure. And the last one, this is kind of the internet thing now, so I think I am, is the number 69 still funny? I know it's kind of immature, and that's kind of more so. I don't know if it's college you leave, but at what age do you kind of have to put that aside, and you can't really laugh at that anymore? I hope there's no age, because that always gets a chuckle out of me. When you're on the highway, you're driving 69 miles an hour. Something 69, 99, something like that. So I hope that never goes out of style, because I'm a big fan of that. So that is number one right now on the top. The top five, I think this might only be top three, top five. I don't know. I wrote a lot of things down. And kind of going post-grad life. This will kind of be 1.5. I have started working out kind of for real this time. I've been going to Planet Fitness, the whole lunk alarm. I was scared one time. I dropped a weight by accident, not because I'm like a lunk, but because I am frail, essentially. And I dropped a, I think, 25-pound weight out of my hand. It slipped because it was too heavy. And I thought it was going to grow off, but thankfully it didn't, because if they kick me out, then they got to just completely render their standards, because if you're kicking a guy like me out for being a lunk, I don't think anyone's allowed to be there. But yeah, I started working up. The funky thing about me working out right now is I'm in this weird stage where I injure myself working out, but injure myself in a place that isn't what I'm working out. Like, I was running the other day and I hurt my upper back, like my lat or my shoulder to lat kind of area. Like, if I injured my knee or my calf or something, or my hammy, it would make sense. Or if I was doing the bench or some lat pull down, something like that would make sense. But my body's so not used to it, I don't think, that I hurt areas of my body that aren't even doing any work. So I might have to get Dr. Pedro Kelly on to help me out with that. I think my body's just meant for strictly cruising around at about 65% on the rink. That's the only athletic abilities that I think I've accomplished at these times. But I am working on. I'm down 7 pounds, so that's huge. That's exciting. I'm actually very happy about that. I think that's strictly from just not drinking. I've drank once since I've been home, so that's good. I'm kind of excited about the detox and getting healthy again. I gained far too many lbs from the beginning of the year this year. It was not good, not a healthy lifestyle. So I'm kind of happy about that. That's the one silver lining. But on to the next topic. We got sports. Little sports recap. The Sox are fun. That is what I have to say. I am not a big baseball guy. I usually just hop on the bandwagon in October, them and the C's. But I'm declaring it right now. The Sox are Captain Fun approved. They are awesome. Jackie Bradley Jr. actually last night, he just snapped his 29-game hit streak, which is, there's a kudos for him. That's an awesome streak. The fact that DiMaggio hit 56 is crazy town. JBJ was on fire, a 29-game streak, and he was 30 games away. That just shows how ridiculous that 56-game streak is, and I don't know if it'll ever even be scratched at. So I'm all in on the Sox. They're winning it all this year. They're great. They're in their cycle where they're bad, good, bad, good. Now they're in their good cycle, which is awesome. It's great to see. I'm really excited about that. There's a nice breeze cooling me down. I got sweat dripping into my shades right now. But we're just going to keep rolling on. So the Sox are fun. Last night, the NHL Stanley Cup final got finalized, I guess. The San Jose Sharks won a couple nights ago, and Pittsburgh beat Tampa Bay last night. So we have a San Jose versus Pittsburgh Stanley Cup final. I like that a lot. Number one reason is we either have Kessel or Jumbo Joe going to win the Cup this year. Two former Bs. Jumbo Joe, I love him to death. I've always wanted him to get a Cup. He's one of the great passers of our generation / all time. I actually was on the Sports Hub a couple nights ago. They were talking about it, and I called in, and I got on the radio, so that was exciting, talking about how Jumbo Joe, I wanted him to get the Cup. So that was first for me. That was awesome. Shout out to Sports Hub. But yeah, he's great. Seems like a great guy. Needs a Cup to solidify his career. He's always been kind of known as a choke artist, so I really am pulling for him. But if not, my boy Phil the Thrill Kessel, he's right there too. So I'm really happy for that. Phil Kessel's my all-time favorite Bruin. I was so mad, even more mad about him getting traded than Sagan. So that's exciting. I'm so happy that one of those two gets to lift the Cup. But also, quick shout-out for UMass. UMass gets, they have Connor Sheary on Pittsburgh and Justin Braun on San Jose, two former Minutemen competing for the Cup. So we will have a second Minuteman on the Cup within the next 2 weeks to join Johnny Quick. So that's exciting. You don't really see that much. UMass hasn't turned out a ton of talent in the NHL, but it's great to see. So happy for that. My prediction, like I said, I'm pulling for San Jose. I'm gonna go. I think it's gonna be a great series. I hope it's 7 because it's the last bit of playoffs hockey we have. So I'm gonna go Sharks in 7. Hopefully they win it on home ice. You hate to see when they win it on visitors' ice. I don't know who has the 7th game. So I'm going to say Sharks in either 6 or 7, whichever is the home game. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that, but that is my pick. Sharks in either 6 or 7, the home ice. And then real quick, the NBA. I'm not a big NBA guy, but the Cavs are currently up 3-2 on the Raptors. Looks like it's going to be Cavs, obviously. We got some hope for the Raptors. They won 2 games at home, which is awesome because I obviously want the Raptors to win. That'd be awesome. It'd be incredible. / just have the finals that no one wanted, that everyone was talking about, the Thunder versus the Raptors. That'd be kind of goofy. But I want Golden State to pull it out. I like good teams. I like dominance. I would like to see them be the greatest team of all time. We almost had the Pats do it. I haven't really had that in my generation. So, like the Bulls were saying in '96, ain't no thing without the rang. So they got to keep it up. So I'm pulling for Golden State. Now they're down 3-2. They were down 3-1 won last night on the shoulders of my man Steph Curry. So he's playing pretty well. On to number 3. Oh, challenge time. Let's talk a little challenge. So the third part of the weekly recap, we have challenge. I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all with MTV right now. I am not happy at all. I wish we had our girl Sabrina on to give him a little line. So MTV, if you're hearing this, I am not happy, along with a lot of people. Boone Murray, whatever your name is. We're 4 epis in. I'm going to look at the camera. 4 epis in for the challenge. Rivals 3. We have seen 2.5. I don't even want to call it a half. 2 challenges plus in Wednesday's episode, there were 2 people went on the challenge. In 4 episodes. You're supposed to do a challenge in a jungle in every episode. 2.5 challenges in one jungle in 4 episodes. Way too much focus on the drama. It is like I'm watching 2 Nights of the Real World. It's not, and the drama's not even good. It's all the Are You the One people. It's like you have the Real World for drama. You have challenge for the 5th sport of America. That's what the people want to see. We want to see the competition. We want to see the steroids in action. We want to see people puking. We want to see people falling off buildings. That's why we tune in every single Wednesday at 10. All right? Stop doing this run around with the drama. It's dumb. No more twists. We don't need the twists anymore. Dumb. Stop people sending home. All right, so next topic, let's talk Brandon. Come on, buddy. What are you doing? Kid quits. Kid's a quitter. TJ hates him. All-time line for TJ. What was it? It was, no more hugs. Don't take care. Hope to never see you again. Along those lines. All-time line from TJ, who hates quitters. As you know, he's quitting so he can see his girlfriend. Not that he's going to win anyways. I know Brianna, something like that, is his partner's all mad because she can't win the money. You guys weren't going to win anyways. If you have a guy, if you're a partner, or if you're going in and you're not mentally tough enough as it is, you're not ready. I know you can't get that ready, but if you can't even last the month you're there for, what are you doing? Why even go in the first place? Why waste your time? Why waste your partner's time? Why waste my time? Why are you wasting my time going on to that show, taking someone else's spot, one of the OG vets, a guy like CT, a guy like Zach? Why are you taking their spot, going on and quitting? Come on, buddy. Know yourself better than that, all right? Wicked lame. MTV, step it up. Enough Are You the One people. They don't have it in them. They had the big fight last episode on Are You the One or Real World, which is a better show. It's no brainer. It's the Real World. They have way better people. It's casted for drama. Are You the One's casted for love. That's why they're not good at this. So, enough with the Are You the One people. They're bringing on 2 new people, looks like next week, to replace Brandon and Brianna. I hope it's Brianna. I might be saying that wrong. But it better be someone good, MTV. Don't screw this up again. You already brought in Nelson and Amanda, who are horrible. I mean, Amanda coming in, she came in so hot. And she's the reason why there's so much drama in the last 2 episodes, is because all she does is cause drama. It's like, I don't want to see that. I want to see challenges. MTV, checking on the battery. We're doing good. So Amanda coming in hotter than anyone. One of the hottest I've ever seen. So that was actually kind of impressive. And then Simone was going on about her butthole, quote unquote. I'm not inappropriate. That's what she was saying. So you can't yell at me. For the last challenge, going on and on and on. Went to the hospital. Blah blah blah. Simone, get over yourself. That's literally me and every other guy on a Sunday at college. You're just literally after a weekend of having some beers and some pizza. That's what it feels like every single Sunday and sometimes into Monday. Get off your high horse, all right? You're no different than the rest of us. It's the challenge. You don't complain about stuff like that. You see Leroy gets sent home. He didn't want to because he had a back problem. He's probably not going to be able to walk ever again because of his grit he's showing. And you're complaining about this, something I go through on a weekly basis. Come on. So, and a quick shout out. This is not challenge, but we have Real World finale. Was last night. I haven't caught it yet. Can't believe it's the finale. It seems like it just started. One of the shortest seasons ever. That's not even confirmed. I heard that, so it's not confirmed. I hope it's not. This season, it's been all right. Love that we had Sabrina on. Like I said, she was awesome. I was pulling for her. Hopefully she gets famous and a singer. Hopefully she finds her biological mom. But too much Jenna. I mean, we talked about this before. Just quick. Too much Jenna. Too much Chris. Too much drama. I don't like the drama. I'm not a drama guy. I know I love the shows, but I tune in for, I don't know, for cool people, cool things, competition. So, MTV, step your game up right now. I really thought this was going to just be a great season, too. Episode 1 was awesome. It seemed like they screwed up huge on Bloodlines, so this seemed like it was going to be great, and so far, 4 episodes in, they're not doing a great job. So that right there, I guess that's the top 3 of the week. I wasn't fully prepared. I kind of threw this together last minute. And didn't have something. I didn't really look to see stories of the week. There hasn't been much going on in the pop world. Has there? I don't think so. No, couple albums. Oh, Cole Swindell's album dropped. Check it out. Fire. Keith Urban, same thing. Those dropped it's in the last couple weeks or so. Those have been really good. So make sure you go check that out. But I think that's kind of all that's been going on. So, moving on. Since we don't have a interview today, I'm going to introduce one of our topics, and it is called "What's Good with Godway." I figure Godway's been a polarizing guy. He's been a treat to have on the show a couple times. He's a character. I think people liked hearing him. So one of the segments we're going to keep doing is What's Good with Godway. I'm just going to call him randomly. Hopefully he picks up and see what's going on in the world of John Conway. Without further ado, here's What's Good with Godway.
Hey, you reached Conway. Leave me a voice message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.
Tough. No Godway. Should have left him a message, I guess. I didn't really know what to say. Maybe we'll call him back in the end. Hopefully he calls me back. Maybe we'll call him back after the next segment or so. But yeah, that's going to be one of the reoccurring segments. Calling in, like I said, just seeing what's up with him. I wrote a couple down on my phone what else we're going to do. So just a couple. What's Good with Godway. Peanut butter and jealous is going to be one. I love that term, and that's just going to be people who something cool happens to someone, and I'm peanut butter and jealous of them. What was another one I had? Tweet of the week. We'll just find an awesome hot take tweet of the week. Look at that. And one that we're going to introduce today that I think is kind of cool is we're going to play Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive is kind of like a Where Are You Now, but more so like it's with people who you kind of forget about and you're not really sure if they're dead or alive. So obviously by the name Dead or Alive. So that's the first one we're going to play today. And the first person ever for the Keno Radio, Dead or Alive, is Chamillionaire. I was riding dirty around and at work, and Riding Dirty came on, and I was like, Chamillionaire, what a throwback. I haven't heard of this guy in forever. So I was like, you know what? Is he dead or alive? So I went and did a little background research on Chamillionaire, and in fact, drum roll please, he is still alive. Good to hear. Hasn't made music in a while, but is still alive. So I got some notes on him. I wikied him a little bit, and I did a little a biography on Chamillionaire. So Chamillionaire, still alive. Born Hakeem Sariki. Who would have known that? I don't know how you go from Hakeem Sariki to Chamillionaire, but I love it. I always wondered, I didn't look up where he got his name Chamillionaire. That probably would have been one of the first things I should have looked up, but I didn't. Where did he get the CH on him? Maybe I'll do that after. Born November 28th, 1979. So he's 36 years old. He was born in Washington, D.C., but moved to Houston, hence why he loves Houston so much. His rap career started in 1997 in the Color Changing Clique. He was originally in a group called the Color Changing Clique with his good friend from childhood, Paul Wall, which they collabed on an album called Get Ya Mind Correct. So who would have thought that Chamillionaire and Paul Wall were good friends since childhood? I thought that was kind of cool. Whatever, maybe Paul Wall will be on the next Dead or Alive. Ridin' Dirty won a Grammy in 2005 for Best Rap Single or Best Rap Song. Pretty awesome. Same year, Sound of Revenge came out, which I think low-key is one of the greatest rap albums of all time. I loved it. The actual song, Sound of Revenge, the title track, was phenomenal, I thought. That was great. So underrated. And it had Turn It Up with my boy Lil Flip on it, which was a great song. And then obviously Ridin' Dirty, and then some other really good songs. So that was a great album. Maybe I'll have to go back and listen to it. We're gonna have Chamillionaire to start off for the intro music. How about that? Give a little. You get to this point now, and it'll be a little foreshadowing. His last album was Ultimate Victory in 2007. That's the last album that he's came out with. How about that? It's been a little while, Chamillionaire. But it's actually cool thing about this I found, there were no profanity on Ultimate Victory. Chamillionaire, whole album without any swears, any cussing, anything like that. Good to see. You never see that anymore. That's really cool. Maybe I'll tell Godway about that, and hopefully he stops swearing, especially on my podcast, because we're family friendly. His new album is coming up in 2016 called Poison, so that's great, allegedly coming out, so make sure to check that out. And the big thing that I found out, because now, since Dead or Alive, it is kind of where are they now, I wanted to figure out what he was doing now. It turns out he is a venture capitalist for Upfront Ventures out in Los Angeles, California. Who would have thought a young man from Houston, Texas, former Grammy-winning rapper, would become a venture capitalist? I'm not even really sure what a venture capitalist does. So, yeah, I guess that's it on Chamillionaire. Definitely alive, definitely cool, good to hear about him. And let's go listen to the Sound of Revenge album, because that was one of the greatest ones of all time. So those were our segment. I wish we got Godway on. It would have been a couple better segments, but I'll try him again. Closing thought. Oh yeah, and then the last thing that we're gonna do is closing thoughts. One just random thing that I was thinking about this week that I think I'd want to share with you guys. I was driving around and I saw some homeless people, and I was thinking, how boring must it be to be a homeless guy? I mean, think about it. You literally, all you do is sit around all day. I used to think I wouldn't mind being homeless because you kind of just kick it all the time. But how boring would that be? You don't even have a TV to watch. It'd be one thing if you had like Netflix and you could kick it and get money, but you literally just sit there and like stare at people with a puppy dog face on. That right there would be what makes me want to like get a job and get going with my life, would be the boredom of it. Or at least my big theory is like, if you're homeless, why are you up here? Start walking north, stop walking south. I mean, or they definitely make enough money over the course of like a year where you could buy a plane ticket somewhere. I mean, plane ticket, you can get a plane ticket for about what, $100? No, $200, something like that. I got a one way to LA for like $120 or something. So if you're homeless, man, I'd either get a job so I wouldn't be bored, or I would just start walking. You got to do something. I don't think I could just sit all day every day. You know, it just for the sheer boredom aspect of it, you know, just because of that. Or even maybe build a house. Maybe I'd build a house if I was homeless, or like a shed, just something. Find some wood, use the money you collect. Maybe people are doing this. Maybe I'm totally wrong on the homeless gang. Maybe I'd go to Home Depot. Here's what I would do. All right, here's what I would do. I would make enough money where I could go. I'd be like a retiree homeless person. So in the summers, I'd spend up here, probably on the Cape or somewhere, and I would take the money I would get, and I'd get a job at Home Depot, and I'd learn how to build, or Lowe's, and I'd learn how to build stuff. So I'd get wood, free wood from Home Depot because they'd hook it up, and I'd build myself a tiny house. I've been watching HGTV lately. Tiny houses are in. So I'd build a tiny house, and I'd live there. In the summers up here. and work a little. Even work part-time if you're homeless. Like panhandle a little bit and then just work like 15, 20 hours a week. So I do that at Home Depot. I'd get the materials and the skills to build a house. And then with my money, because you wouldn't have to pay any bills because you'd just be living in a house, and it'd be the summertime, so you wouldn't have to pay heat. You just insulate it. And then you work and get money to buy a plane ticket every year around like October and fly down to Florida or like San Diego. And then you do the same thing there, work a couple hours a week and build another mini house down there and live in that. That's what I would do if I was homeless. I don't know why people haven't done that more. Probably because they're all strung out on drugs. That's always killer. If I was homeless, I wouldn't be a druggy homeless person though, because those people, you never really give money to the druggy ones. I gave money. Some guy came up to my window. I was in Boston, had the window down. I was at a stoplight. I looked over to my right. I looked back to my left, and there was a guy right there. Spooked me, and so I had to give money. I was like, here you go. But it was a bummer because I knew he was one of those guys. He was cracked out, strung out. It was just going straight to drugs, which you hate to see. However, like a couple weeks ago, I gave it to some kid who looked like he was trying to get on his feet. He actually genuinely looked like he needed some money. So I was happy to do that. The other guy kind of just spooked me. But if I'm homeless, yeah, I'm not doing drugs. I wouldn't even spend money on drinking, really. Maybe just on like a margarita here and there on my Cape house, my homeless Cape house. But yeah, so that's the move if you're homeless. If I'm ever homeless, look for me in the Keys and look for me in the Cape. That might even just be the play. Get off the grid. Build yourself a little cabin. Just do that. That could be a play. Become a fisherman. I guess, yeah, just become a fisherman. If you're homeless, be a fisherman. How about that? That's a good way to do it. Just so you can avoid the boredom. So that's the final thought of the week. I'm going to give Godway one last call. Let's see if he picks up. If not, then this will be the end of the episode. He's probably like, why on earth are you calling? I haven't talked to this kid since our last episode, I don't think. Hopefully What's Good With Godway actually works. Because it could just be, he might never pick up. And we'll never know what's good with Godway.
Hey, you've reached Conway. Leave me a voice message and I'll get back to you as soon as...
No Godway again. Now he's going to call me back in a couple hours and want to chat. Should have left him a voicemail explaining what was going on. But I'll just keep avoiding him because I want to be just as surprised as you guys are when I talk to him. So I'm not going to talk to him. I'm not going to get any information about him. We're just going to see what's going on. Maybe if he calls, I'll get him on and I'll edit it in. We'll see. But yeah, I think that does it for the first ever solo Jimmy Keno Radio. Thanks for hanging in there. If you made it to the end, very thank you. That's awesome. Let me know. I'll come give you a handshake or something because that's really good for you for hanging in there and listening to me for about 37 minutes and 58 seconds. So just at the end, always gotta give the shout outs. Hit us up on Twitter at Keno Radio, Facebook.com/Keno Radio. Subscribe on iTunes. Everything's up there. Not everything, every new episode from like spring break on, and a couple of the old ones that I thought were good are up there. Just make sure you subscribe, check it out. SoundCloud, same thing. YouTube, these will all be up on YouTube. If you want to look at me, which I don't blame you for. Actually, I do today because I'm sweaty and white. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Hit us up if you ever need anything. Hit us up if you want to come on the show, or hit us up if you know someone that wants to come on the show. Tune in next week. Hopefully not a solo Jimmy episode again, and hopefully we'll get Godway on. Thanks for tuning in. Much love. Peace.
Man, I love college. Do I really have to graduate, or can I just stay here for the rest of my life?
Keno Radio.